have people who want a policy just so that they can have something to, cover their funeral expenses, or maybe something to pay off the mortgage when they pass away. And then we have people, like I said, who want to use it as a means of investment. So the first part of the consultation is that we actually get we take the time to understand what you need.
Welcome to the We Got Problems podcast with co-hosts Curtis G. Martin, Rhonda L Brown, and Caliph Johnson Sr., the one and only podcast where solutions get discussed to our community's everyday troubles. Each week, you will hear mind-blowing conversations and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become more effective. We got problems and we got solutions.
All right, you guys, welcome to the show. This is We Got Problems, the podcast. I'm Curtis G. Martin here with my co-host, Rhonda L Brown.
Hey, everybody.
Caliph Johnson Sr.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing?
And LaCheka Phillips.
Hello, everybody.
And we have a special guest here with us today, Dipo Adesina.
Yes, sir.
Dipo, go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do.
Yep. So Dipo Adesina, based out of Baltimore, Maryland. Essentially, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Run multiple businesses, both in the United States and different parts of Africa. So specifically in the United States, we run an insurance agency, staffing agency, and then in Africa, we're into e-mobility, electric motorcycle transportation, and agriculture as well. So, but I think the biggest part for me is really financial literacy, equipping people how to become debt-free and, living financially free.
Right,
Okay.
cool.
Why is what you do relevant, not just for individuals, but the community?
Well, I think when we talk about from a financial standpoint, I think it's imperative, especially for people in our community, to understand the importance of financial literacy. It's something that we're not taught in schools. I often tell people that we matriculate through elementary school all the way through college, and most people never take one single course on how money works. So I'm very passionate about that, and educating people to understand how money works, so that way they're not working essentially for their lives for money and putting themselves in a position where money can work for them.
Well, if I can jump in really quick, really curious to find out how you got started with all of this. We heard you say serial entrepreneur, and we all know that is not something you just wake up one morning and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do, right? So we'd really love to hear kind of how you got started and even why you got started.
Yeah, so I think I've always been business minded since I was in middle school. You start off by buying candies from the store, reselling it for 50 cents more. And at that age, you're not really conscious that you are actually an entrepreneur doing that, right? So when I got to high school, kind of amped it up a little bit. Same thing with college, selling, True Religion jeans, baked shoes out of my trunk. So those entrepreneur ventures kind of led me to start building structure around owning and running businesses, right? So that was kind of like my beginning stage. And of course, when you talk about being a serial entrepreneur, it's more of a mindset, right? When you see something that works, you want to kind of get into it and scale it. And that's why it's a little bit tough for people like me and people who consider themselves serial entrepreneurs to stick to only one business, right? Because you see things that work, you want to key into it, make money from it, and then let other people run it. So that way you have multiple streams of income coming in.
Okay. So what is the free life insurance consultation?
So that's essentially where I get a chance to consult with people for free, where I'm able to educate them on different types of life insurance policies, right? For the most part, people are only aware that life insurance is only beneficial to your loved ones when you pass away. But what I do, as well as other agents that I work with, is that we start educating people on a specific type of life insurance that you can actually use while you're still alive. So that's essentially what my consultation consists of.
So we've been hearing a lot about cash value insurance policies. Tell us a little bit about what that is, and do you offer that?
Yeah, I do offer it. But so life insurance, cash value life insurance policy are usually index universal life policies or whole life policies. And these types of policies essentially allows you to pay a certain amount in premium on a monthly basis. Now, what the life insurance company will do is that they'll take a portion of that money and allocate it towards the cost of the insurance. And then the remaining amount goes into a separate account, which is what we call cash value. And in most cases, it's indexed to the market, meaning that whatever money you put into this particular account will only capture the upside of the market and not the downside of the market, which is why a lot of people are starting to see it as an alternative means to, 401k and retirement supplements and the like.
So do you teach others how to start their own like life insurance business?
Absolutely. So that's one of the things we do as an agency as well, showing people how to, become life insurance agents, but run their own show, right? So it's not, when you think about, there's certain companies that run it like a network marketing structure. We don't do that, right? We kind of empower you to become an agent, and you run your own show. You dictate how much money you want to make in the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
I know you talked a little bit about some of the things that you offer for individuals, but if you can kind of give kind of an overview of what that looks like, a little bit, kind of you can demo what that consultation would look like, or how you help a person, right?
Yeah.
So I'm signing up, I'm coming to you, hey, help me or help my family. Like, what does that exchange look like?
Great question. So with these types of consultation, everybody have their own different needs, right? We have people who want a policy just so that they can have something to, cover their funeral expenses, or maybe something to pay off the mortgage when they pass away. And then we have people, like I said, who want to use it as a means of investment. So the first part of the consultation is that we actually get we take the time to understand what your needs are. Right. So right now we have 5 people on this podcast, but, you can want policy for certain purposes while somebody else want it for different cause. So once we kind of identify what you need or what your goals are, we're able to structure the policy to help you achieve those goals. So it's more of on a need by case by case basis, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. The needs assessment first, and then you
Absolutely.
go there. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so question. So just for the average person coming into this and they're going to you, what would you recommend them have as the foundational tools to bring to you so we can know where we're going with this?
Well, the biggest part of this is the financial aspect, right? Because you have people who want the policy, but where they are financially, the policy, it's not really going to be as beneficial as they want, right? So some people come to us and say, hey, what can I get for $50? What can I get for $100? And I still want to be able to build and accumulate this cash value. Well, you can still do that, but unfortunately, it's not designed for people who really don't have something more significant to put towards the policy, right? For people like that, we recommend like term policies and things like that. But if you're looking to maximize this type of policy, then you're looking at $500, $1,000, $1,500 contribution to benefit from it. And of course, understanding that it's also tax-free once you start accessing money from the policy.
That's good. So we hear that you're an author. What's some of your books, or what are they called, and what type of information is in them?
They're all financial related books. My first book I published in 2018, 21 Habits of Highly Broke People. Became a bestseller author on Amazon, and really it's all about identifying habits that keep people financially backwards, right? And then teaching you how to replace those habits with much better financial habits. Second book is How Poor People Think, and then also kind of helping you to re-engineering how you think about money, so that way you can improve your financial status. My third book is Side Gig Money. I think it's like 101 ways to make extra money on the side. And then my 2 last books are more geared towards like parents and kids, rich kid. And then our last book is the ABC of Money for kids, which is actually doing pretty well.
Hey, just to follow up on that a little bit, are they only available online, or are they available on your website? And how does it work if somebody wants to purchase one?
Yeah, so you can get it on my website, dipoadesina.com, and then of course it's on Amazon as well.
All right, cool.
Okay. So this next section is our rapid fire. So it's like a quick, like 20-second answers, whatever comes to mind, you
Yeah,
know.
let's do it.
What's your why? What makes you do what you do?
Um, Liberate people from financial bondage.
Were there times where you thought it wouldn't work?
Absolutely. A lot of time, when the stuff that I do rely so much heavily on social media, and obviously if you don't have followers, you're not impacting much. So a quick snapback. Last year, I went from 1,500 followers on Instagram. Today, I'm at 145,000. But I think part of that is due to the consistency, right? So sometimes when you feel like something is not working, as long as you continue to do it, things will definitely pick up at some point.
Most important life lesson.
Um, Never give up.
Uh, okay, if you could turn back the hands of time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
Spend less on material things and invest more of your money.
Do you have a accountability partner, coach, mentor? If you do, why or why not?
I do, but a lot of them are not like in person. So when you talk about mentorship, they don't have to be physical people, So Robert Kiyosaki was one of them. From a leadership standpoint, Dr. Martin Luther King, and then also my pastor, he has played a huge role into who I've become today as a man. So those are three people that kind of sticks out immediately.
Okay. If you could sit down and have a conversation with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Martin Luther King Jr. I just think that he was a selfless leader, and anytime I get a chance to study him and just kind of see what he did to liberate, the African American community, it just resonates with me, right? Which kind of correlates to what I'm trying to do in liberating people from financial bondage.
Types of investments people should be making right now.
Personally, I'm investing massively into cryptocurrency because I just understand the industry. So a lot of my resources is going into that real estate, buying a lot of lands in Africa because it just to me is a gold mine. Just understanding that market.
Okay, if you could recommend a book, what would it be and why?
So I would say Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's the Bible of business. And if I should say number two, being a Christian, I would say the Bible. Everything that I know when it comes to leadership, understand how money works, they're all biblical principles, and it has helped me significantly into becoming who I am today.
All right, what's the best tip you can tell us of how to make our community a better place?
Um, Man, I would say, I would say, working with each other, right? Because we have so many people trying to do their own thing, trying to keep success to themselves. But I think the more we share with each other, just like we're doing now, the more we're able to help each other scale and kind of appreciate in value, right? So the more we're able to kind of network, I think that's the better word. The more we're able to accomplish together.
Okay. And the most important question of all, how can people find you?
Oh, easy. My social media handle is Dipo_Adesina. So Dipo_Adesina. And that's on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Hey, before we get out of here, Rhonda, what's something you want to leave the people with?
Oh, just like you was saying early, like, we're not taught financial literacy in school. We're gonna have to teach it to ourselves. Go find out, go do some resource or research, or get in touch with Depot.
All right, there we go. How about you, Caliph?
Oh man, I'm so proud to have this interview today, man. If anything, tap in with this king. He got books out there on financial literacy. He's doing a lot of work for our kids. He's doing a lot of work for our adults, and he's hitting a lot of points. So we need to tap in and see what this king is really about.
All right, cool. How about you, LaCheka? What you got for
Yeah,
the people?
man, ditto to everything that everybody said. And if I can add one thing, let's not forget about the kids, right? We know what we were taught and what we were not taught. It's nothing for us to pick up some flashcards. It's nothing for us to grab the books that Depot authored, right? So let's not forget about the kids.
All right,
Absolutely.
cool. All right, Depot, what do you want to leave the people with, my brother?
Financial literacy is everything. I mean, if you can get your finances right, you will solve about 80% of the problems in your life. I think the Bible says that, money answereth all things, right? So when you have money, you're able to do a lot of things that will liberate you from stress and happiness and, the whole nine yards. So start reading books, listen to podcasts like this, free audio books on YouTube. I mean, we live in an information age, and if you're not taking advantage of these free information, then you really just choose to be where you are, essentially.
Hey, I'm gonna just say to the people before we get out of here is get you an insurance policy, right? Get with Dipo, get with somebody, get your insurance policy. A lot of times we pass on and we don't have any financial ability to move on in life or to keep that start where we left that void. So make sure we're getting with somebody that can help us get started and get something that we can invest and get more money out of, right? You guys know we have problems, but we also have solutions, and we out.
From the team at CRC Empire, we want to thank you for listening. To stay connected with us, like, share, and subscribe to the We Got Problems podcast. You can find us on social media platforms at Curtis Martin 247, at Rhonda Wrights Official, and at the_trash_vegan_. We got problems and we got solutions.